Yes. And the red carpet in out on the West Coast actually is what got it, and they changed, Congress actually changed the Civil Asset Forfeiture Reform Act of 2000. They actually went back and amended it so that kind of stuff, egregious, seriously egregious stuff, couldn't take place. But it's akin to eminent domain. It's an eminent domain with shortcuts. You may have heard Louisiana was the ones big starting it. If you go to Orlando, Florida from Texas, you drive through Louisiana and you're going to pay cash for your vacation because you don't want to use your credit card. You get caught with cash in your car, it's gone. This has been happening pretty regular for the last several years. You cannot carry cash around with you because if you get stopped for whatever reason and they determine you have cash, however they get around to determining that, they can think and assume that the cash was for illicit operations and it's gone.
There's some instances where they've set up roadblocks and put cones down and they divert people into parking lots. It happens all the time. And they ask them, can I take a look in your car? And if they find money, 300, 200, most of the time people won't fight it because the amount of money that it would cost to fight it in relation to what the money is that they took isn't worth it. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So they know that. They're counting on the fact they're not going to fight it.
Sure. All my money was tied up in cows, in food, and stuff at the gun shop. Didn't have anything to fight it with. Had to borrow the money to get the lawyer. By the way, I called the NRA. Legal. That didn't go very far.
That didn't help?
Oh no. The quote was when I finally got a hold of a living person at the legal department. There's so many of them going on. They have so few resources. They have to pick and choose what they take. I can submit it, but there is absolutely no guarantee it'll even get looked at in the near future. Well,
how much did it cost you to do all that?
it cost me $5,000 for the lawyers, $20,000 for the guns.
20,000 to get your guns back?
No, 20,000 in guns.
They took it away then.
Yeah. They also, I had just purchased 2 shotguns 2 weeks prior to this, legally in my name. Because they weren't going to import them. We had an import ban going on back then, or the talks of an import ban. Even though they run all the serial numbers and the guns were purchased by me legally, I still couldn't get them. I thought that was kind of unusual. But I guess you've heard of the Garland, Texas shooter over the Muhammad cartoon?
Yes.
You know that was purchased in Fast and Furious also.
Really? Didn't know
Yeah.
that.
He was on the radar from 2010. They knew it, and he actually...
Were they out of Arizona?
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of talk, even here, after this Yahoo out there on the West Coast, left coast over there, shot up that school the other day. There's a lot of, guns and violence and all this stuff. Several studies. Guns are not the cause of violence. There's actually geography that's done out there with gun violence, and I'm sure y'all have seen some of these charts that have run across. FBI crime statistics, gun violence for 2011 based on compared to the 2012 voting patterns. Y'all saw those? They were floating around on the internet for a while. Pretty much, over here is gun crimes, and in the blue areas are high gun crime areas. Over here, the blue represents the people that voted for Obama.
The relation.
I don't know.
Look at Chicago.
Okay. Watch this. This is from the Census Bureau. This is by race or ethnicity. The blue is Caucasian. Something look interesting? Yellow, by the way, is Hispanic. The purple is black and Asian, and then no majority in the red. The maps look pretty darn close. Not saying anything. I'm just saying it's weird. But I found one that's even funnier than that. Here's your gun violence, right? See anything in correlation to these two maps? The blue represent fit people trying to lose weight. All the red is the people that aren't losing weight, and the blue is substantial, or red is worsening, and the light blue is minimal improvement of obesity. So the trick is, if you're out here on the East Coast and you're running and getting fit, let's just stop running, let's just eat, be fat and happy, and there won't be any gun violence. There's the problem. Outlaw gyms. I mean, really, that's where we're at. Outlaw gyms and running, keeping fit. Because there's a direct correlation between crime and running. Hey, I'm not making this stuff up. It's too funny. This week, after the stuff in the on the West Coast in Oregon, which is a shame, it's a crime, and it's absolutely, needs to stop. But I don't think banning guns is the way to stop it. They said that the United States, y'all been hearing, has the highest gun crime rate in the world. Y'all been hearing that, right? Well, this one, the large circle, is 100 firearm homicides per 100,000. New Orleans, go figure. But New Orleans doesn't have as much as Honduras. All these, there's Guyana, Paraguay, El Salvador, these are American cities with an equivalent foreign city. And we're not the highest gun crime in the world. Wrapping up a couple things. And I know everybody's probably seen this. This has been out. This has actually been out since 2012. It's 2011 deaths by assault rifles were 323. 496 by hammer. 650 by knife. 12,000 by drunk drivers, and 195,000 medical malpractice. And so you're 600 times more likely to die using Obamacare than by a semi-automatic rifle. It's one of those things. Out of 35 recent school shootings, either by the students, by people walking in there from the outside, all 35 were using psychotic type drugs, legally prescribed.
Absolutely.
The young people.
Well, this is not even young people. These are parents of young people that didn't like their report card. There's one in Houston that did that. There's people that just coming out of the woodwork. It doesn't matter. If it was a school-involved shooting, 35 were mentally whatever.
It's 35 out of what?
I don't know. It didn't say how many of them.
Well, when I was looking into it, it looked over 90%.
Oh yeah, it's a huge part. Now, last thing, then if you've got any questions, we'll talk about it, because it'll be a good discussion. If you want to know what's the safest day to get out of your house, there's actually a chart. There's a chart. The safest day in Texas, or the deadliest day